The movie opens with a man named Driver preparing for his release after 10 years in prison. His eyes are restless, unsettling, the gaze of a man haunted by loss and consumed by thoughts of revenge. Driver was imprisoned for a robbery gone wrong, but the true fire driving him is the murder of his brother. Driver is escorted by officers to complete his release formalities. The jail officer hands Driver a card offering help for his life. Driver, impatient, ignores it and demands to know where the exit is. The officers escort Driver to the exit gate. Driver walks with a cold, rage-filled face, seeking revenge, even throwing away the card the officer gave him. Driver then dramatically runs to a garage where he had hidden his car. Driver wears his jacket, gets inside, and reaches for a paper containing information about his first target, one of the men involved in his brother's murder and the failed robbery that sent him to prison. Driver recovers his gun, then gazes at a photo of his brother, his heart heavy and his eyes burning with vengeance. Driver storms off toward his first target address. Stopping his car nearby, Driver walks confidently through the road, causing chaos as people look on. Driver enters an office, ignoring a lady who tries to stop him, and strides straight toward his target. As soon as Driver spots him, Driver pulls out his gun and shoots him in the head, then storms out without hesitation. The scene shifts to another location. A man is buying drugs from a dealer. The dealer hesitates because of earlier dues, but eventually hands him the stuff. Once he's paid, the man gets high in his car. This man is revealed to be FBI agent Slade, who soon enters the crime scene in style. But his partner, a female FBI agent, seems irritated by his smoking habit. Slade brushes it off, saying he'll be working this case with her. Meanwhile, Driver visits a man wearing a hat in his shop to buy more information about his next target. The man hands Driver a file. The scene transitions to a police station where two detectives are reviewing CCTV footage of the recent shooting, the one committed by Driver. On the screen, Driver can be seen walking straight into the office, pulling out his gun and shooting the man in the head without hesitation before walking away. Across the table sits Detective Cicero, a sharp and determined female agent. Her eyes stay locked on the footage, replaying Driver's calm walk and expressionless face. Something about him captivates her. The female FBI agent is very keen to uncover the history of Driver. After getting the information and address of his next target, Driver sits inside his car, flipping through the file. His eyes scan the details carefully, names, photos, addresses, and notes from the informant. Driver stops at one photo, an old man. He checks the address again on the paper. With revenge still burning in his eyes, Driver drives off toward his next target. A fit and handsome guy with a great physique is shown doing acrobatic moves. He lives with his girlfriend in a luxurious villa, and they are deeply in love with each other. As the romantic vibe set in, he receives a phone call. It turns out that the guy is a contract killer, and his next target is Driver. He begins to prepare for his mission while his girlfriend helps him get ready. Before leaving for the deadly mission, the killer kisses his girlfriend goodbye. In the past, Driver is seen among a group of men executing a bank heist. The crew storms into the bank with precision, grabbing the cash and making a quick escape. Driver, behind the wheel, skillfully leads them through a deadly chase, narrowly evading the police. After the intense pursuit, the team celebrates their successful operation, with smiles and relief showing on their faces. Driver is now set to kill an old man, who was also involved in his brother's death, who is now old after 10 years of the incident. The old man is seen with a young girl helping carry his things to his apartment. He thanks her and offers her a drink. Outside, Driver arrives, who is being followed by the killer. The scene cuts to a detective watching a replay where some goons with guns attack and hold Driver and his brother hostage. They threaten Driver, demanding to know where the money is or they will shoot his brother. In the old man's apartment, the girl wants to leave after drinking the juice, but feels dizzy as the old man had mixed some drugs in her drink. Back to the footage. Even after revealing the hideout, they cut the throat of Driver's brother and kill him instantly. Driver is crying and desperate about the situation. The old man is also one of the men involved in the murder, filming the situation and smiling at Driver. The scene shifts to the present where the old man is filming the girl. Suddenly Driver storms into the old man's apartment. The old man tries to attack Driver with a knife, but Driver shoots his hand. The old man pleads for forgiveness, but Driver shoots him in the head, also saving the girl from him. After finishing the job in the corridor, the killer and Driver catch up in a gunfight. Then Driver vanishes from the scene, also protecting a small girl. Driver rides off in his car, being confused. The scene shifts back again, where Driver is shot in the head by the goons, but he miraculously survives as the bullet misses his vital organs. Agent Slade now goes to pick up his son for his baseball game. After he arrived at his home, his wife is unhappy because he is late. We can see Agent Slade is not much of a family guy. Agent Slade and his son drives to the game, but Agent Slade gets a call from his job, making his son sad at first, but he makes him happy, vowing fake promises. Agent Slade reaches the crime scene where the old guy is killed. He seemed tense. The scene moves to the killer, who is talking with his girlfriend, saying he was very close to the kill, and he says that Driver didn't have any fear to die. After all, Driver is seen stopping at a highway motel watching his news on the television. Back in police station, female FBI spots tattoo of Agent Slade and discovers his drug habit, but Agent Slade says he already left drugs and started a fresh life. The female FBI walks away, saying it's good for him. Driver is set for another kill, where a target seems to be a female. With a family seeing this, Driver seems hesitant for a moment, but he loads his gun and enters her house, where inside Driver sees her family photo and her small baby. Seems like in past she was also betrayed by the people who killed his brother. She is surprised to see him alive. She convinces Driver she did nothing and killing her would be a big mistake, hugs him, and Driver forgives her. She also wishes him to kill them all. In next scene, we see the killer and his girlfriend getting married in an amazing fashion while performing shooting drill in the marriage. The scene gets tense as he vows to end killing job, describing this as the first time he faced a guy and felt different, as he seemed a bit shook by Driver. His girlfriend is happy about the decision. Agent Slade's wife is fed up of his drugs habit, threatening him to end the relationship, making a better place for her son. Slade begs her and hands over the drugs to her, promising to be sober from now. Driver is in hunt. He reaches a nightclub where he glares at a guy, the same guy who sliced his brother's throat. Driver seems raging, getting flashback from past, getting inside full of determination to kill the guy. Following the target to a restroom, seeing Driver, the target orders an old cleaner to get out and not let anybody inside. Driver locks the door. With no expression, the bad guy takes out the knife and attacks Driver, but overpowered by Driver stabs the target with a screwdriver. Accepting his fate, the guy takes his last breath. After the marriage, the killer is still shocked by his encounter with Driver, wanting to kill him to end his anxiety. His girlfriend reminds him of his words earlier, but he says he will end killing only after this kill, making her cry. Agent Slade is having a conversation with his son, where his son says he was not good at baseball anyway, but Slade motivates him. He hears a sound from the bathroom, goes to check where his wife is in bathtub taking drugs herself because of sadness, which shakes him with regret. Agent Slade comforts his wife to sleep. After all, the guy who killed his brother is not dead after all, as he is in hospital. Driver finds out and moves to the hospital, wanting to finish him, ending his life. But this time Agent Slade is there to guard his target. Driver somehow sneaks to the room where the guy is being treated, pulls out his gun, and shoots him, finally killing him. Driver gets in a shootout with Agent Slade. Agent Slade seems somehow connected with Driver, but Driver overpowers Slade at one time. Agent Slade closes his eyes, thinking it's the end, but Driver flees without killing him. Outside, the killer is waiting to kill him. Begins a crazy car chase, but Driver riding skills are out of the world. He makes a crazy turn and flees, but gets shot by the killer in the neck. After surviving the shootout and continuing his revenge path, Driver goes to see his mother. He's full of anger, pain, and confusion, still processing everything that happened. When he pulls the gun on her, it's not really to kill her, it's because he's desperate for answers about his past, especially about his father, who abandoned or failed him. When his mother calmly tells him his father is already dead, she treats his wound, as he goes through his family album feeling heavy, then storms outside for his last kill. Back in police station, female FBI praises Agent Slade for his bravery. In last shootout, Agent Slade nods, as the female FBI tells him she has the break and knows driver next target. Agent Slade feels he has to finish driver, as he is restless in a mysterious way. Driver is in car listening to a priest's prayer on radio, being contempt and serious, driving to his last target at church. His last target is a pastor who seems guilty. After seeing driver in his church, the target seems involved in his brother murder. After the prayer, driver gets in calm conversation with the pastor. The pastor knows what driver is. After knowing his faith, he asks to settle things in nearby beach, as he wants to die in peace with last prayer. In that moment, his wife and son arrive, asks if any trouble, but the pastor declines, says they are having friendly conversation. As driver and the pastor head to the beach, the pastor tells he didn't want to see his brother dead. He did his duty, only being the watchman in the incident. He also tells him he sent his money in drugs, being sent to jail where he understood meaning of life and followed footsteps of Jesus, helping young people with lost soul. As he was in the past, he also says God can help him end his anger and live a joyful life. But driver says God cannot save him now, because he helped kill his brother. The pastor agrees to die, and he would forgive him for taking his life, singing his last prayer with his Bible. Driver seems hesitant, but pulls his gun. With tears in his eyes, he pulls the trigger, but he doesn't shoot at him, instead saves him, and says to go to his family. Driver goes back to church, looks to his brother photo, and feels like now he has avenged his brother, and thinks to be content and live life in peace. Just then the killer is also there, pointing gun at driver, but driver seems relaxed. The killer is frustrated, as he asks, after all, he is after his life trying to kill him, but why is he not fighting back? Why is he not showing the respect? But driver waves him off, saying he got issues. Driver seems calm as the killer points the gun at driver. The killer says he doesn't know the full scene, as he is missing something big. He says he is missing the guy who is hired to kill him, the guy who was the master planner of the events of his brother's death. Agent Slade is also now in the church, his footsteps getting closer as Agent Slade confronts them and asks the killer to put his gun down, but suddenly shoots driver in head again. Driver falls down. Then the killer says Agent Slade, after all, driver didn't know that the main guy who was after his brother's death was Agent Slade. Back in the day, his brother's girlfriend told Agent Slade about the cash they stole from bank, and he planned to kill driver and his brother to take the cash for himself. The killer storms outside, as he felt saddened as Agent Slade took his kill, but Agent Slade asks him to take his payment, which was only $1. Agent Slade asks why he takes $1 for such a risky job. The killer says it's just a hobby of his. This guy is weird, who takes $1 for a kill. The killer rejects the money, as he was not who finished the job, and asks to never contact him again. Agent Slade seems relaxed now, and calls his wife, as he says he is fulfilled now, and wants to start a new life, but suddenly a shot was fired from back. It's driver, who is not dead. Agent Slade, in dying moments, asks how he was alive, and he shows the medal which he got after the gunshot in his last incident. The movie ends. Hey folks, if you liked the video, please give like to this video and subscribe for future movie recaps. Peace.